All right, we gotta shut that off for copyright.
It's like they wasted some decent riffs.
So we are going to see Metallica April 19th.
Yeah, we just got tickets to see them at the Carrier Dome or whatever it's called now.
Suicidal Tendencies
Pantera.
and Pantera are opening. We're super stoked. Metallica is one of our favorite bands of all time. Jesse's seen them 2 or 3 times.
Three. Well, I saw them 2 nights in Giant Stadium, and then I saw them at Yankee Stadium too. So
this will be my first time seeing them. I've seen a lot of shows in my life, and Metallica is one of my bucket list shows. So I don't know who's in my bucket list after that. I think that pretty much completes the circle for me. But we're gonna bring you some footage from that. And we're looking forward to it. And we have some future shows lined up. One of them is going to be our least favorite albums from our favorite bands.
Right. So we were talking about bad albums, basically.
Yes. And as you've probably just heard, we were listening to
Lulu,
which
was Metallica and Lou Reed decided to do a collab record. We found it on YouTube, which you can pretty much find anything on YouTube. Just kind of dipped our toes in the beginning of it. And it's as bad as I remember. Like, this doesn't even sound like... Oh my god!
So bad.
Small town girl! And obviously we both have shared the opinion that Lou Reed is very overrated. I do very much like the Velvet Underground. But the Lou Reed solo stuff, the fact that many people consider him like a genius, he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a solo artist, him trying to do his weird lyrics, which weird is a nice way to put it, over the top of Metallica playing these like chunky, like halftime metal riffs. It just does not work on any level. It's not even like a performance art thing. It's just bad. Really, really awful. And it's the one, it's kind of a jerky thing to do, but you're sitting there listening to it just to kind of take in how bad it is. It was an hour and 27 minutes long, on at least what's on YouTube. So there's no chance of me getting through more than 7 minutes of it without being like, all right, I get it. Like that's enough.
Or, all right, I'm going to go step out in the middle of traffic now.
Yeah, like I just
end it all.
I can't continue listening to this. It's fun to make fun of, but like the thing that kind of goes through my head, like, yeah, they obviously liked Lou Reed. Maybe he was a good dude and they were friends with him. It was like, hey, we should do something together. The thing is that's fascinating to me is, all right, I get that happening. I get them getting in the studio. Metallica's a pretty damn big band and they've got management around them. At some point, why didn't somebody say, guys, I heard it. You needed Lars's dad to come in and be like, remember Lars's dad in the Saint Anger movie?
Yeah.
He's like,
Torben.
"Yeah, I really think that's just not
good.
something that you want to do."
They have Q Prime management. They have
Right.
the best management that money can buy. And you allow this to happen?
Right. Like,
now, you can do whatever you want. When you're at Metallica's level, you can do whatever the hell you want. We're not here to like.
you can obviously, like, they don't give a shit what we think, but
We're not here to say that like they're not within their rights to do something like this. But what they did was an all-out assault on the senses. It's
Right.
horrible. And as you know, I'm one of the biggest Lou Reed critics that there are.
Right.
I think of Lou Reed and I think of that story that I heard as a kid or that I read as a kid, The Emperor Has No Clothes. Like at some point, somebody has to say it.
Right.
And he's made it all the way to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And you hear this music, like you were saying, this sludgy sort of trying to be metal music, and then this beatnik poetry over top of it, like East Village, just stream of consciousness thought. And one of the things I hate the most in just songs, pop songs, rock and roll songs, is spoken word. I do not like it in the middle of a song when somebody just stops and starts talking.
So I was going to comment on the spoken word aspect of it, because you can take somebody like Leonard Cohen, who did a lot of spoken word stuff, and there's one thing to do spoken word. There's another thing to do Lou Reed spoken word, because his is spoken word where he's sort of trying to like hit musical notes and they're way off. So he's hitting, it's like jazz spoken word, jazz notes where like
everything's a little sharp or a little flat.
Yeah.
Everything.
And the timing, there's no meter to the way he's speaking or where he's speaking.
It's almost like he's being obtuse on purpose.
Yeah, and obtuse would be kind of a nice word for it. It's like, look at how sucky I can be, and
so
I can get away with it.
One thing as a musician and an artist is I don't like to say things suck. Yeah. I think like that there's like a taboo when it comes to judging something that's super subjective. I know that there might be people watching this video that think that Lou Reed is the greatest artist in the world.
A lot of fans,
and you deserve to love Lou Reed.
Yeah.
But we also deserve to call a spade a spade. This album is horrible.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing redeeming about it.
Yeah.
It is not just like an opinion. I just don't know anybody that could ever listen to this and tell them and explain to me why I should like it.
Yeah.
What's redeeming about it?
Talk to Metallica. I mean, Lars would never come clean. But like you get like James or Kirk, like, hey, like Kirk, what do you really think about it?
You and I have recordings that date back to, I think the earliest recording we have is like what, 2000?
Yeah, 99 or 2000.
So it's 25 years ago. I can pretty much guarantee there's going to be some stuff on there that we would never want anybody to hear.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And that you'd be embarrassed about. And you could be honest about it. Like, yeah, that's really bad.
It wasn't good.
It's not good.
That's why we didn't put it out there.
Well, in some cases, we did like the early stuff. I don't have like anything that's out there, I think, or we don't have anything that's out there that's like terribly embarrassing. And I'm not comparing ourselves to Metallica or anything, but I'm just getting to the point of it's okay if you take these sort of artistic chances in your career to just try something because it's fun, or like you just have the free license to do so. And it's also okay to go back and listen and say like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't have done that.
I love the randomness of like, the thing is, some of the randomness to what Lou Reed is saying is like,
I'll cut my tits off.
Yeah, so it's just like, this is like, I ate some potato chips today. It's not what he says, but it's just like completely random stuff. Like I stubbed my toe. I just took a piss.
Have you ever been to like an art show, like a gallery or something, and then it's like there's like this quiet hush, and an artist is going to present their work, and everybody's being respectful, and they're dressed up and they're out and they're there to support the artist, and then they start doing their thing, and you might just be like a random guest that was invited. This isn't like your cup of tea, but you're there. You're like, you have an open mind and you're listening, and you're just kind of like looking around like, is everybody else seeing and hearing what I'm hearing? Because this isn't going well. And the other thing about Lulu is it's really goddamn long.
Wow, yeah. Like to me, that's like
it's 70 plus minutes of just audio torture.
Like self-absorbed artists, like making people put up with them being self-absorbed. We recently chatted on Corey Feldman, and the interest, what interests me about him is, he doesn't quite appear to get that he's, some of his appeal to people is kind of like in jest and poking fun at it, but you can at least kind of embrace that, and it becomes endearing because he's still doing it. Corey Feldman has never done anything that approaches this level of like kind of embarrassing. Like, you can call it performance art all you want. Like, to me, like, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Like, everything is art. That whole, like, there's this mindset that everything creative is art. Is it? Is it? Like,
I don't think so.
Really? Like,
I honestly feel
if I
like
recorded me like farting over a drum beat,
somebody would take it seriously. Yeah. I would dare to say that Lulu,
with you talking,
Lulu is an act of terrorism. That album is like a declaration of war on the senses, and it should be confronted with serious, like, with a serious amount of defense. Like, you should, like, get yourself ready. If you're going to listen to this record, get yourself ready for like battle, because it's going to be tough. I don't know how in the world you could actually sit and listen to this album from start to finish and not do something irresponsible or reckless. Like,
so what I would love to hear from,
self-harm would be a real concern
some point in my life, like somebody who would seriously say, I think it's a masterpiece. If there's somebody out there that says this is an absolute masterpiece, I would love to hear from them at some point. Just understanding, one, how can you say that? And two, what else do you think is a masterpiece? Because...
Are you a big Yoko Ono fan?
No, and it would have to be somebody from the same circle, because you're talking about stuff it's almost like it's art because it is an assault on the senses. It's art because we're trying to see how much of it you can take, that it's like akin to like Japanese war torture. Like, how much can you sit there and take? Like, if you can get through an hour and 27 minutes,
you win.
You can survive anything. Like, wouldn't that be something? Like,
it's like, oh yeah, do you think this is a masterpiece? Prove it. Yeah. I'm gonna sit here and watch you listen to all 70 minutes. Or
like, we get, we somehow find ourselves in some sort of international war, and we become prisoners of war somehow. And they're like, we saw your podcast. We're going to see if you guys can get through before you give up the secrets, give up all the country secrets. Like, you were like, fine.
Yep. Song one.
Right. Yep. You're like 2 minutes in.
I'll tell you
whatever you need to know. Whatever you need.
Good job. Oh, God. Lulu is an act of terrorism is going to be written on my tombstone. That's going to be my quote.
All right. Thanks for tuning into another episode. It's another successful day of riffing.
Yeah, right on.
Cheers to that.
Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff.
Tell your friends.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. Cheers.